More than a week after a Fox 10 News special report on Dr. Michael Berkland, the former medical examiner is now facing more charges.
Investigators say that Dr. Berkland stole human remains from private autopsies he performed and then kept those remains in a Pensacola storage unit.
Fox 10 News reporter Andrew Perez has been following this bizarre case. He's more information on these new charges. Andrew?
Well, Bob, Letitia, last week we took a closer look at Berkland's career and some of his legal troubles. Some of those human remains that were discovered were 10 to 15 years old. Authorities say they still can't understand why he was storing the body parts, but many say he shouldn't have even had them. The Florida State Attorney's Office continues to build its case against former District 1 medical examiner Michael Berkland. Berkland was arrested and charged in September after authorities found more than 100 human organs and tissues in a Pensacola storage unit he'd been renting.
We found complete human hearts. We found complete human brains still intact. They hadn't been dissected or sectioned.
Berkland was charged with improper storage of hazardous waste and public nuisance. Today, though, prosecutors announced they'd be adding 4 counts of theft to that.
We were able to determine in these 4 circumstances who those individuals were, and on behalf of the family, as the custodian of those remains, we have filed these 4 counts.
The Florida State Attorney's Office says the new charges stem from 4 whole hearts and brains that they were able to identify. The decedent's family members told authorities Berkland had no business keeping them.
We did investigate this situation. We researched the law dealing with theft, and we do believe that the theft statute does cover this type of situation.
Investigators, however, say there are still many other human remains discovered that belonged to more than 100 different bodies.
A lot of these families that we've talked to had no idea, and so making that telephone call to them and trying to explain to them that we actually have the brain or the heart of one of their loved ones, I mean, it's just extremely shocking to them.
Investigators said those remains were either unidentifiable or they didn't feel comfortable pursuing theft charges on them. They believe the remains came from private autopsies that Berkland had performed on the side while he was working at the District 1 Medical Examiner's Office. He was fired from that job in 2003 for not completing autopsy reports. Now, Berkland has a court date in January. If convicted, he faces up to 60 days in jail for each count of theft. Bob?
Thanks, Andrew.